Hey Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, it's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. We are going to do the monthly reading right now for November 22nd to December 20th, which is the season of Sagittarius. So if you have Sagittarius or you're cross-watching Sagittarius, happy birthday to you. So we're going to do that. I did channel some information for you, but first I want to take a moment to thank you so much. Your likes, your shares, your comments, you're helping me grow my channel. But more importantly, when you hit that thumbs up, which I'd like to ask you to go ahead and take a second and do right now, it helps the analytics so much. It gets my videos out there. I do these commercial free, and so I would appreciate you thanking me just by hitting that thumbs up. But more importantly, I think that even getting it out there is that it connects our energy. And it allows me to, when I tap into the energy of Gemini, I'm tapping into your energy. And so you're more likely to get a more accurate reading, something that resonates a little more. And if you can leave me a comment and let me know how that works, then I can really, it makes a difference when I'm doing, when I'm like trying to tap into the energies. I tap into the energy of the people I've had communication with. It's a lot easier. So, I did the numerology for the word Gemini. Don't ask me why I went down that rabbit hole. But anyways, so Gemini it comes out to be a 3. And a 3 is a catalyst. It's community, but it's catalyst. It's that energy that, you know how salt, when it's in water, it lowers the temperature required to boil the water so it happens faster. It makes something happen faster. It changes something without itself changing. So it's the ability for you to go out and create change in a community situation without having to be anything other than yourself. So that is beautiful energy. So, all right, so I'm going to do the 9-card spread. When I channeled for you, though, this month, I had the really coolest thing. I saw a balloon, like a hot air balloon. Okay, so you're up in the hot air balloon, and I said, where are you going? And you're cutting the ties, the tethers to the ground. And you said, not sure. That is part of the adventure. I'm like, oh, okay, good luck. And then the next thing I knew, I felt like I was up in the balloon with you, and I'm watching the ground fall away, and I can feel your energy, and you're excited. And so there's a change coming. The earth is going to fall away from you. And it may feel like that too. It might feel like, oh my God, everything is changing and I'm not sure I like this. But if you can dip into that energy of, I'm not sure where I'm going, but that's part of the fun of this, then I think you're going to be able to stay in that now moment that brings you the happiness, that brings you the joy, that helps you to raise your vibrational energy, sort of like that hot air balloon, and you'll be a much more successful adventure for you. So kind of excited for you. I hope that you can feel excited for you too. Okay, so yeah, that's that one. All right, so I'm doing the 9-card spread for the month. Ooh, we're talking about love. The overall energy is true love. But I want you to notice that she's looking in a mirror. And so there's a couple things about that occur to me. One, it could be self-love. Truly falling in love with yourself. We've just gone through this Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio season that is about digging deep and going deep and diving into the shadowy parts of ourself and loving them anyway. Right? When you can love and accept yourself for who you are, then you are going to attract higher energy relationships. So there's that. There's also what we put out into the universe is what was reflected back to us, right? She's looking in a mirror. So if you're pushing and love out into the universe, if you are looking for the good in other people are going to be looking for the good in you. I didn't mean to, but I saw this. Underlying this, we have conflict. But it was in the reverse. And so I feel like coming out of a time of conflict is allowing you to find you, to love you, to reflect out into the world who you are. I mean, I think that there's still This month is going to be a time of, do I go this way or that way? I'm undecided, because the key to your situation, the key is in the center. I don't know if you've ever seen my 9-card spread, but it's past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions. This is the key, and the key that came out was back and forth. And so in your heart space, you're still looking to the past. You're back and forth. Do I go forward? Do I go back? Do I go forward? Do I go back? And so maybe this conflict is an inner conflict within you about where you are and what you want to do that makes you feel loved. I feel like that makes you feel self-love. That makes you really like where you are, what you're doing, who you are, accepting the shadow and the light, discovering who you are and where you're going. In the recent past, lots of questions and concerns about family. Lots of decisions probably were made on information regarding the family. Things, regarding the family issue. So it shows children, but there's also a home here, and there's a birth of a new idea, a new child, a new situation that happened. But family, it could be, blood family, or it could be our chosen family as we go through life, right? As we pick and choose who is our family to us. The transformation right now is finding the joy. It's finding the joy. The joy. What brings you the joy? What brings you the happiness? This says joy is fun. It's in the house of transformation. That is part of this catalyst, right? Is in being in the now moment, finding the joy in the adventure, being willing to cut the tethers and just see where things go. We've got balloons showing up in here, and we've got the ride. When you go around on those Ferris wheels, you aren't really sure you're coming back or not. Oh, this is beautiful. In the future, you have an abundance of love. You have the loving man. Now, if you are a gentleman, it could be self-love, or it could be, same sex. If you're a female, it could be a man coming in. But when I'm doing a general reading and I see the loving man, I feel like this is the abundance of your ability to give love out, to reflect out into the world. It's the yang energy of giving, of taking action, of showing, of being able to show love. So maybe you've gone through quite a bit of healing work. Okay, in the recent past, feeling successful has been, you're not sure. Am I happy? Am I successful? Maybe where I'm at feels financially rewarding. Maybe I thought I was going to be happy here. I'm not sure if I am. That's that seesaw back and forth, because this is in the house of mice. There's a lot of anxiety around the idea of feeling happy and successful. So you have some anxieties about it, and it could be that there was a situation with your family that makes you feel that way. And in the future, though, here we go, self-love. In the area of the heart, we have your higher self. So this is you falling in love with you. Increasing your personal sense of joy and happiness, you showing yourself love, you being able to show, once you love yourself completely and totally, it's so much easier to share that love out into the universe, to give it to others. In the recent past, you've been struggling to feel optimistic. I want to feel optimistic. I want to feel optimistic about where I am. But for some reason, something has been holding me back. And it could very well be because we were going through Scorpio and Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio, that there's just been a lot of stuff churning up and churning up and churning up. And that had to be worked through. That had to be handled. That had to be sifted through and, released, so that you can move forward, so that you can cut those tethers. Maybe those tethers are the tethers to the past, the unhappiness, the things that had to be cut so that you were free to be optimistic, to fly onto your new adventure. So, in the current situation, we have a decrease. I feel like you're really struggling with this optimism thing, this feeling happy and successful in a family situation. And the way you transform the situation is by putting the joy back into your life, by allowing that to happen. Because currently what's happening is you feel like everything's kind of slipping away on you. And you are back and forth. What do I do? How do I handle this? I don't know how I feel. And the thing about choices and decisions is there are no right choices or wrong choices. It's just choices. And once you make a choice, you look for the joy in it. You look for the beauty in it. You look for the fun in it. You look for the best way forward with it. And that makes it the right choice because now you're learning, you're growing, and you're elevating your vibrational energy. You are a human being, which means you are a divine spark of God having a human experience. There are no wrong choices. There's just experience. And that's where the wisdom comes from. And look at this. You have the sacred temple. This is when you connect with your your higher self, to be at peace with yourself, to be connected to your divine higher self, to feel the love and to give the love to yourself. This feels like attitude decrease. And you can change that simply by trying to find the joy in the moment. Just by whenever you can stop your thoughts at any point. You could say, I don't want to think like that. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to deal with that. So then you say, ooh, I'm feeling those dark, ugly thoughts. And then you look around and you go, deep breath out and look around. What do you see? Well, okay, that's interesting. I've never noticed that particular flower there before. And go over and just spend a moment enjoying the beauty of the moment. The way the light shines in your room. You know? Okay. So, your thoughts says here, there's two things. This one's really pulling me, so I'm going to pull it. It says, love in spite of it all. I feel like this is self-love. Before this odyssey ever began, there was you, your best friends, and wide-eyed curiosity among you about who would be the first to leap, the first to forget, the first to kiss, the first to tell, the first to fall, the first to get back up, and then remember, and the first to remember that it all began with a dare. Is that really what that says? Oh, that's funny. Love in spite of it all. Remember the glint in your eye. And it says all three of them. So your two human eyes and the eye of your higher self. And there is a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. Guidance, attention, help, maybe. Love, always. That's why it showed up. Criticism, never. The question was, what to give others, if anything at all? Love. Love is the answer. And then it says, isn't it fun being you? Isn't it fun being you? When you decide that it is fun to be you, when you decide, I'm just fun to be around, I enjoy my company. I don't know if anybody else does, but I do. Oh my gosh. My friends will tell you, I frequently say, I make me laugh. I do. So, make yourself laugh. Make yourself have fun. You know, notice the stuff, the crazy things. Don't be so critical of yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. What? You can't do everything perfectly? Well, where's the fun in that anyway? Honestly. I want to say lighten up, and then I'm laughing because I see the balloon in my head. So, yes, lighten up. Literally. Okay, so you have Treasure Island and Time to Go. It is time to cut those tethers to the past that are holding you back from your sense of happiness, from finding the joy in life. The treasure that is out there that's waiting for you, I think, is you. It's finding who you are, loving who you are. It's time to cut the cords of negative energy that are tying you down. Allow yourself to fly free. Saint Michael, please come and cut the cords of negative energy that are keeping me from flying free and having a fun adventure in this very, very short lifetime. I want to go have some fun. I want to feel optimistic. You have the Goat. Act from your innate wisdom. Act from your innate wisdom. What feels right? What feels joyful? You're hearing this back and forth, right? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Act from your innate wisdom. Talk to your higher self. Get in connection. You'll know. The answers are within. You'll know. The answers are within. Okay. We're going to move on to the weekly. We have, we start out the week with that moon getting into Leo. Actually just got here about an hour ago while I was filming these. This is Sunday night. So Monday morning it's there. I was so happy because I really wanted to film these earlier today, but the moon was in Cancer and Mercury is in retrograde just about at the degree that my Mercury is in Cancer. My Sun is in Cancer, and oh my gosh, I could not breathe. I couldn't think. I was just stagnant. Mercury is slowing way down to go direct on Wednesday. It slows way down to like a stop at the stations, and then it goes direct. And so this energy of being stationed and slow, so everything's really, really slow, but it's moving in, the moon's in this fire sign of Leo, which kind of creates some tension and so maybe a little action. I know that I could tell immediately. I was in the middle of doing the Taurus video and I felt it kick in. I was like, oh, thank God. I delayed as long as I could. I'm really hoping I get these done in time before they need to go. Be posted. We'll see. But I couldn't do them earlier. So it is what it is. All right, so let's get you some overall energy for the week. All of these? That's a lot. It is a lot. You got a lot going on here. What do we have? All right, so. Wow, lots of fire energy anyway. All right. It's not bad. It's a lot. You have a lot going on. Okay, so you have the Seven of Wands energy. This is standing the higher ground. This is standing up for yourself. This is standing up for what you believe in. This is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is seeking more information, maybe a little recklessly, a little carelessly. He's in the dark with a flashlight running and jumping around looking for information. And I say that because we have the blind King of Wands, but he's running to victory. And so even though I feel like you're in the dark and you don't know exactly where you're going, if you stand in your truth, if you stand up for what you believe in, if you work from your space of integrity, you will be just fine. There is something that you don't want to deal with. It's mundane. It's bills. It's a situation. It's pressure. It could be work. It could be everything. It could just be the busyness of life. And you're like trying to not think about it. And maybe you need more information. And so maybe seeking this information, even though you feel like you're running blind, is a necessary step. Because then we have the card of mastery, the Eight of Pentacles, which is mastering yourself and your craft. And then we have the Ten of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment and happiness. And so this situation here that requires you to get more information feels like you need to do that in order to have the self-mastery, in order to get yourself to where you want to go, where you feel fulfilled. And so what don't you know that you're not seeking the information on? Hiding in the corner isn't going to get you there. Needs a little work. All right, so on Monday, we also have We also have Mars moving into Scorpio on Monday, which is that get it done energy. So we've got that going on, but communication might be a little tense. Information is coming to light. You know, that full moon in Taurus showing the light on some stuff, and now the sun is like really super bright over there, shining in on Mercury. Yeah. And so there's that all this stuff happening here, and it's so much light, but it's tense. Oh, I know what it is. It's the moon and the sun are both in a square with each other. And so there's all this light happening. And so information coming, and it's tense. But there's wisdom in information, right? Experience leads to wisdom. There's this opposition force, this tension, right? And so, you know, looking for the gratitude, understanding that the lessons are wisdom. You have the Earth Dragon that showed up here. If you have Taurus in your chart, that could be significant. They also have this, and it says, clear your path and the land around you. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing, and you can move forward. But I see you cutting the tethers, and so I'm not sure that staying grounded is necessarily the same thing as what does that mean? I think you need to stay grounded. This Eight of Pentacles, mastering your craft, not being blind, so that you can set yourself free. So it's sort of like preparing for the journey. Like, what are you going to take into the hot air balloon with you? Being practical about it. But still willing to go. Still willing to go ahead and go blindly into the future. But being prepared. The moon moves into Virgo at 8:54 p.m. on Tuesday, so that's basically Wednesday and Thursday that it's in Virgo. Mercury goes direct on Wednesday. Yay, doing the happy dance. Okay, so there's going to be this need to explore the basic principles of your financial plan, what needs to stay, what needs to go. That's this energy right here, the bills. Like, you need to do that. You need to look at where your resources are. You need a practical plan before you go flying off. Okay, so apparently you need to be saving. So where can you either spend less so that you can save, or, yeah, I feel like, you know, are you using all the apps on your phone? Because Gemini, you probably have a lot. Maybe you can get rid of some of those. Just look around at your expenses. Maybe turning down the thermostat a degree or two, especially if you're not home or in the evening when you're all bundled up and laying on the couch watching TV anyways, right? So kind of take a look around, see where you can assess this. Thursday has the potential to be very productive. You can get a lot done. And Mercury's direct now, so it's starting to move forward. It's still snail's pace, so it's a really good time to slowly look over your stuff and see where you are and figure out where you are. Figure out what's important to you. What's important to you. And then there's going to be this need. The moon moves into Libra at 11:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. on Thursday night. And there is going to be a need to surrender, a need to make a concession, a need to figure out what you can release control of, what can you turn over to the divine. And Friday morning at 9:59 a.m., happy birthday to you, Sagittarius. If you have Sagittarius in your chart, or if you're cross-watching, I wish you a wonderful birthday month here. So, surrender and release. What do you need to let go of? So that you can lighten up, so you can cut the tethers. What are you going to do? All right, so we have listening. Listening and the answer will be revealed. That is listening to your heart space, right, where your higher self is. That'll help you in this decision making. The help you need is on its way. Keep searching, keep watching for it. help you need. Keep searching. We have flight. Of course you do. Let your creative imagination fly. Don't be afraid to cut the tethers and go. And we have choices. You have choices. Of course you do. That this or that. What do I do? Indecisive energy that you had going on there in the key. And then that's kind of this energy here too. The Two of Swords is that balance, that waiting. I'm not sure. It says there is another way. Ask the unicorn to help you find it. In this case, ask your higher self. Really listening to your intuition is going to help you decide where to move forward. As far as finances go, figure out where you can save a little money. There's freedom in having money in the bank, right? It allows for more opportunities. All right, and so then we have Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday, a great time to just kind of wrap up some projects and get some things done. And then the moon is going to move into Scorpio at 12:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S. And there will be a situation that really feels like it's out of your control. And there's going to be a tendency to just pull in and not let anybody know it's rattling you, that it's bothering you, that it's upsetting you. But if instead you use this creative energy over here and try to seek a creative solution to it, then I think that's where you find the peace. That's, I think, how you set yourself free. So instead of internalizing the negative energy, instead try to creatively solve the problem. So you have pay attention to details and morning affirmations. We're going to pull a crystal card for here in a minute, so that it might help you with figuring out a good affirmation you can use in the morning, but you can pick any that you want. They're best when they're in your own words. Put it in the I am form. I am, I have. Not I desire, I wish, I want, because then you will always be wishing, you will always be desiring, you'll be always wanting. It's better when it's the I am, I have formatting. So, I am financially abundant. I am a creative problem solver. I receive information from my higher self, and I easily understand it. This is the way you should phrase for the best results in affirmation. Okay, so you have Peridot. Good fortune is the result of good thoughts and actions. And then it says your affirmation would be, I am grateful for my blessings. That gratitude thing is showing up again. I am grateful for my blessings. And honestly, we've got, when's the new moon? The new moon is on Tuesday. And so, you know, starting to work on your gratitude list so that you have it in place and ready to plant those seeds of intention, not a bad idea. And then you have blue lace agate. It is easy for me to express myself. I am understood. I hear what others are communicating. And by others, that could be my higher self. Right? But also thinking this Mercury is going direct now, and Mercury has been probably very difficult because it rules your sign, and so communication may have been very muddled for a while. And so this blue lace agate, which is just, you know, it's a really beautiful gemstone. It is easy for me to express myself. I am understood. I hear what others are communicating. Good fortune is a result of good thoughts and actions. I am grateful for my blessings. So start a blessing list. All right. Okay. I think that covers everything. All right, Gemini, you take care. We'll chat soon. Have a great month. Have a great week. And count your blessings.